Hi there, my name's Alex Gonzalez, and right now we're going to talk about making Creative Cloud Express web pages. For this particular video, I'm going to be demoing how to prepare your portfolio for the participants of our Adobe Digital Learning Institute. But this concept can be applied kind of across classes and endeavors. You could have students creating portfolios, journaling, or specific presentations or expository projects. So don't feel like you can only do it in the way that I'm showing you. So Creative Cloud Express pages are really fantastic because they're free, they don't require any software or coding knowledge, and they can be instantly published online and be accessed by almost anybody who has an internet connection. This is our resource page, which will be in the description underneath this video, where a lot of the things that I'm going to demonstrate will be repeated. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into Creative Cloud Express. But this page is really terrific. It has everything spelled out for you, and it has even a section where we talk about how to make page navigation with anchor links. But the first step is to go to express.adobe.com. And here you'll sign in if you haven't already. And we'll see this splash page because Adobe Express is a pretty powerful web-based creation software. You can make web pages, you can make graphics, you can make videos, and a lot of these you can jump into them from templates. So what we're going to do is click the purple plus in the top left and choose web page. You can see there's a lot of things you can do. So these Creative Cloud Express web pages, or I just call them Express pages, they are a single page site that basically you can scroll infinitely through. You can keep adding content top to bottom. And each piece we add, you can envision as just like a Lego block that's getting stacked on top of the other one. And we can put things inside of them. So they're very clean, but they're also, they're a little bit limited in how much you can customize. But I think that helps people make nice pages. So if we're making our portfolio for the Adobe Digital Learning Institute, I guess we'll call it the ADLI, the first thing we would put here in the hero and header image is our name. So my name is Alejandro Gonzalez, and this is my 2022 ADLI portfolio. As you do this, you'll see it will say saving in the top left. And if we look in the top right, we can actually go and choose themes too. I like to check themes out once I've added more content. But here it is, different themes. I have some themes based on a brand that I built, which we can talk about in another video. And then there's all of the Express themes. So I'm feeling pretty chic. Let's go for it. And so now the next thing to do is you look for these little plus buttons, and this is how you start building your website out. You just continue to add content above and below other blocks of content. So the first thing it wants you to do is add a hero image. You can scroll down and skip it, but let's go ahead and click plus and put a photo here. You can upload your own, or if you're a university Creative Cloud license holder, you can access premium stock images. Otherwise, you can also use free stock images. So I don't know, this kind of calls out to me, this little light painting, or it might just be something they created in Photoshop with an outer glow. So there's my hero image, my header, my title, my subtitle, and you don't have to do titles and subtitles. So now it says scroll to start writing your story. So the first thing I would do with this portfolio is add my table of contents. So I'm going to click text, so go to plus, text, and I'm going to make the first text be a header 1, that's our largest text, and I would just put contents. Spell it right. And now I want to add more text, so I'll click plus again, text, and I'll add a list. What is my portfolio going to have? It's going to have my CCX graphic, my Photoshop Composite, my Illustrator Infographic. I'm a terrible typer. My week 1 class project, my Rush video, my Premiere Pro video, my XD prototype, and my week 2 class project. And I'll also probably add a link to my Education Exchange account because we're asking you all to go get your badges 1 and 2 for, I think they're called Creative Educator Badge. So I would put Adobe Edx Profile. And this one might just be a link that I do later. But I like to have a general idea of what's going to be on my website so that I know where I'm going to put what and what I'm going to need to find. So if I wanted to, I could put a little image here. See, there's all these plus buttons, not in between the list, but in between any blocks of content. This is an H1 block. This is a list block. I could put an image anywhere here. I could just choose, or, slideshow. But let's just choose photo. And I don't know, I think cookies, ice cream. I don't know, we'll put some ice cream here because these websites are a treat. And if I don't like that this is kind of centered and my text is off to the left, I can click on it and change the alignment. The lists are always aligned left, unfortunately. Okay, so let's go ahead and go and make a CCX graphic. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to make a few of these so you get an idea of the different layouts, and then we'll add navigation, and then you can take it from there. So the next block would be where I'll put my Creative Cloud Express graphic that I created. So I'll go, I can do these simple inline ones, or I could choose one of the 2 layouts on the right hand side, a glide show and a split layout, because we did already just do some simple block inline content. So let's check out a split layout. So a split layout will have more content on one side and an image on the other. The arrows in here will let you switch which side the image is on. And again, here you might upload your own image. You can click here and upload something. I don't know if I have my finished image here anymore. So I'm just going to choose these mushrooms. Good one. And then over here, I could put CCX project. You can call it whatever you like. And then I could put the actual project that I did here. And let's just pretend it was this picture of my mountain bike. That's me and my son. That's a cactus. Okay, where is it? There's my mountain bike. Okay. So my picture could be here, and if I wanted to, I could add more text. I could just type simple text. Here are my thoughts about my CCX graphic that I created. I can click in it and I can italicize. Oops, I got to highlight. I can italicize. I can select a specific word. Sometimes this shows up and you just click somewhere else to get it out of your way. I could make thoughts bold. I could make CCX graphic a hyperlink if I wanted. I could link to the published version. I'm just going to have it go to google.com. Save. And let's go ahead and have a look at what our website looks like so far. I can see it's saved. This isn't grayed out, so I'm going to click preview. And anybody else who were to visit this site would see this at the beginning and scroll down. They would see my ice cream picture, my contents, my list of contents, and then my split layout with a CCX project. The image I put here, I can click on to see bigger. It's a cool mountain bike. And then here's my text. There's a hyperlink that I just put, takes me to google.com. It opens it in a new tab for you. So the preview looks pretty good. I think what we need to do is X out here. So the next part of our layout was our Photoshop composite, right here. So let's go ahead and click plus, and also I can, sorry, I forgot to mention, I can still center things if I preferred. So That might look nicer. So I'll do a glide show for this one. And what a glide show is, it's you choose a background image and it has a block of content on top of it. And it has this really nice animation that happens with it. So I do apologize for all the emails I'm getting. Let's go ahead and search for something. Searching is fun. I'm going to search for let's just search for waves. It's hot and I'd like to see some water. This is a cool one. And again, anything with a crown, you need a custom, you need a premium account for, which all university folks have. If you keep adding to a slideshow, it will continue showing the images as users scroll through. It's a really fun way to share a series of pictures with somebody. But I'm just going to do the one image, and I'll click Save. So now you can see that scrolling effect that happens. And here's my little content box, and I can keep it to the left, I can grab it and center it, or I can move it to the right. And now there's my plus. I'm going to add an H1 that says Photoshop project. And I could drop my image in here. And I think I have a version of it here. Here we go. So let's pretend we made this. And again, I could add text that says, here is some text about how I feel about Photoshop. I feel great. One thing I like to use for like important little messages is this little quotation style, and that will give it kind of a nicer stylized piece of text. So don't be afraid to use that. So now we have Photoshop project, CCX project, contents, hero image. And then the last one I'll add will be the Illustrator Infographic. And for this one, let's say you're just not feeling fancy, you don't want a split view, you don't want a glide show. You can just add your text. You can say H1, AI, am I on caps? No, I guess it's just, that's what H1 looks like, infographic. And then you could put your image right there. So I could go image. And I'm not sure I have mine, so I'm just going to type infographic. I have a really hard time typing that. All right, let's say that this is what I made. I could center this. Underneath here, I could put my text. This text is about my infographic. And again, I could stylize it. I could do an H2, which is slightly bigger than standard text, but smaller than H1. I could make it a quote text. I could remove that and just make it a regular text as well. Let's make it bold. You have to highlight to bold. All right, so this is pretty much one half of the portfolio that we're going to make. Well, actually, the other part was your week 1 project, which I almost feel like you might do a link to a Google Doc or something here instead of something inside of your page. So we'll do that. So what we need to do now is add navigation, and I do have a pretty good guide to it here, but let's go ahead and do it quickly. In order to add this navigation to your page, you actually have to make it a live website, because when we make it a live site, any part of your page that is an H1 or an H2 text will have a little URL that takes it to that part of your page. So it would be your web address / contents. So let's go ahead and talk about publishing our site. To do that, we go Share, Publish and Share, and the title is going to be pretty important. That's what it shows in the tab, and you can only choose this once, so choose wisely. I might put Adley Alejandro Gonzalez. You can choose a category if you like. I like to leave credits. Sometimes I put who the author is. And when you click create, it's going to take this draft and turn it into a live website that anybody can visit now. And this is the link that you want to share with people who you would like to show the website. You can also embed, and you can shoot it into your email and other things. But if I copy this and I close this window, I'll go to a new tab and paste it. I will see my actual live website. Got got some ice cream. I might decide that the ice cream should be below contents. I don't know, but I just like to put images in the website for visual impact. We have our CCX project. Can preview the image. We have our Photoshop project, same game. If I click on it, it gives me a bigger version. And we have our infographic. Click the infographic, get it nice and big. And this all depends on how big your image is. So the mountain bike picture was pretty small. At the very bottom, it shows some image credits, which I love, who the author is, and you can even appreciate. I guess I will appreciate myself. So now let's talk about navigation. The first piece of navigation I want CCX graphic to be a link that when you click on it, it jumps down here. And I can find that link by clicking on CCX project or just hovering, and you'll see this little link show up. This is called an anchor link. If I click that, it copies it, and I can go over to my web page, select CCX graphic, link, and paste that copied link. Now let's do Photoshop Composite. I'm going to click hyperlink, go to my live website, scroll down to Photoshop, click the anchor link button, and paste it in. And then infographic, let's go ahead and get that hyperlink ready. Scroll down, find the anchor link, click on it, and paste it in, and save. Let's say we wanted week 1 class project to be a link to a Google Doc. I'm going to just go to docs.google.com. Hopefully there's nothing embarrassing here. Gotta sign in. Okay, let's say the welcome letter for the Adly is what I would like to make my first project to be. So I'll click share and I'll copy the link. Maybe make it anyone with the link so that you don't have to give access unless there's only specific people who'd like to see it. And then URL, paste, save. And I also wanted to add my Edx profile so that folks could see my fancy badges. Edx.adobe.com, if you type correctly. And my profile is actually a little broken. It's split between 2 of them, but I just click there and I go to profile. You can see for some reason I only have 1 creative educator badge. It's not true, but I'll copy this link, go to the page, and paste it in. I can also do things like add a back button. Let's say you get to the bottom of my page, and instead of you having to scroll all the way back, I could do plus button, and I could put back to contents. Go to my live page, go to contents, copy the anchor link, paste it, center my button, and different themes will have buttons look different. So that doesn't look like much of a button, but if I were to choose Teresa, see that changes the look. Whoa, I do not like that off kilter image. So your themes, this is why I said lay your content out and then check out your themes, because the quote part also comes out very differently depending on what theme you have chosen. All right, now the thing is, I've made a bunch of changes. My live website will not reflect those changes until I publish my page again. And I'm not actually publishing it again. I am just going share, publish, and I'm going to update the link. And this is kind of the short and sweet demonstration on how to make a web page. At this point, I would consider this a pretty shareable page. I mean, not truly, but let's go ahead and paste the link. The link never changes when you update it. The content in the link changes. So here I changed my theme. I kind of like this little box behind it and this block lettering. I scroll down, I see contents. If I click CCX graphic, I go to CCX graphic. If I click PS Composite, I go to PS Composite. And I might add back buttons here too if I want to make it super easy to navigate. AI Infographic, AI Infographic. And here's back to contents. Jumps me right back up. Now these 2 are external links. So week 1 class project is a Google Doc. Edx Profile is my Adobe Education Exchange profile, which is 65% complete. All right, so hopefully this is enough to help you create some pages and use them in your own classroom and personal projects. Feel free to reach out if you have any questions.